Hey everyone, today we're going to take a look at the new Power Rangers movie 5-inch scale Red Ranger action figure from Bandai America. Okay, as always, let's start off with the packaging real quick. We'll take a quick look at the package, and there's not a whole lot to talk about here. So, being a Bandai America figure, and this is in the 5-inch scale Power Ranger line, it's a $10 figure, so you can't expect too much. This is also not a collector figure, so it's not meant to be resealed. So it's just a blister card, and it's one of those that the card isn't even sealed. Everything is taped along the back with these flaps. So the front's got the movie logo down at the bottom. We've got our Red Ranger. We've got our slogan for the movie, that Together We Are More. Flip it around. It shows the other figures that are currently available. We've got the other 4 Rangers. We've got Alpha 5, and then we've got a silhouetted section that shows some upcoming figures. So one of these has got to be a Putty, possibly 2. That's got to be Rita, maybe Goldar. Lord Zed is rumored to be at least mentioned in this movie. Maybe he'll get a figure, but that remains to be seen. So let's take a look at the figure itself. So as far as the figure itself goes, there's not a great deal to talk about here. This is pretty standard fare for Bandai America's offerings in this 5-inch, $10-ish scale. So as far as articulation goes, we've got rotation at the neck, not the head, the neck, and it goes side to side as far as needed. We've got a hinge at the shoulder, and we've got rotation. We've got a single hinge at the elbow. We have no wrist rotation, no wrist swivel, no hinge at all. We've got no ab crunch. We've got no waist rotation. We have swivel at the thighs. They can't go back. They can go forward just fine, and they can go out all the way. We've got a single jointed knee, and there is no ankle articulation. So pretty standard fare for Bandai America's offerings in this regard. As far as the sculpt goes, it looks pretty decent as far as sculpted detail. We've got all of the kind of textured line markings for the suit itself. There's a lot of different types of texturing. We've got this kind of pixelated type look here. There's a lot of line work all over the figure, but to follow that up, there is no paint detail in those lines. So, a lot of this should probably be kind of washed or darkened a bit, and that's not there. There is some silver accents, and there is a little blue. We've got the blue chest emblem that they all have. We've got black on the head, and then as far as accessories go, we've got a translucent power sword. So this is the difference for the Red Ranger figure. He has the sword, and all of the other Ranger figures have kind of an energy effect that wraps around their right hand. So I guess that means they're not going to have any kind of weapons in the movie, at least not to start, maybe. Let's kind of wrap this up and go over final thoughts on this guy. So overall, this figure is pretty okay for what it is. It's got a decent sculpt to it. I don't particularly like 5-inch scale figures. You lose a lot of ability to have more detail in them just because they're smaller. And this is also a weird size. Not many other toys exist in this scale. This is kind of a Power Ranger scale at this point. So, I like the translucent weapon. I like the sculpted detail. The paint where it is pretty clean. I don't have any issues there. There is not much room for posability with this guy, though. So, this isn't a collector toy. This is meant to be played with. This is a kid's toy. It's not meant to be something that a collector is going to display on their shelf. At least that's not the intended purpose anyway. This is for kids. So, in my previous review of the Green Ranger Legacy figure, I had mentioned that Bandai America churns out a lot of what I consider to be junk. This is kind of that figure. I don't buy this to collect. I bought this to take a look at this guy and review it and see what it had to offer. So, in comparison, this is what is more of a collector figure from Bandai America. The Legacy series, which there is supposedly a Legacy series Red Ranger movie figure coming out, possibly an entire team coming to mass market. So I don't know if that's when that's happening. There are deluxe figures for the movie, but they seem to have even less articulation than this figure, are about the same size as the Legacy series, but they have like lights and sounds. So I think it's deluxe in the sense that they have more features, but not that it's a better figure. They're about $18, maybe $17. So, overall, it's a pretty good figure for what it is. I don't expect I'm going to be buying any more of these. I just wanted to take a look at it. There are the 5 Rangers and Alpha 5. Target has a 6-pack that has all of the Rangers in a metallic sheen along with Goldar, which is a very ugly figure. If it wasn't for the fact that I would have to buy the entire set at $50 to take a look at Goldar, we'd be looking at him right now too, because he looks just like a big glob of plastic. That's more along the lines of the junk I talk about Bandai making. But overall, not a bad figure. You know, kids are going to probably eat these up. So I know I would have as a kid. I certainly had Power Ranger fever and continue to do so. You know, that's going to do it for this review. Stay tuned to Toy Bro for more reviews, and until next time.